Imagine compressing Earth's vast 4.5 billion-year history into a single calendar year, a breathtaking journey from January to December, where each month represents hundreds of millions of years. In this scale, humans don't appear until the very last hours of December 31st, just moments before midnight. Our entire existence is but a blink in the grand sweep of time. Our story is a fleeting moment, yet within this instant lies the Holocene Epoch, the chapter we currently inhabit, a period that has shaped everything we know. The Holocene began about 11,700 years ago, as the last great ice age retreated. Melting glaciers gave way to rivers, forests, and grasslands, sculpting the landscapes that would become our home. What makes the Holocene remarkable is its unusual climate stability. A rare and gentle pause in Earth's otherwise wild and unpredictable climate history. Within this window of calm, every civilization has flourished. From the first seeds sown in ancient fields to the rise of cities, inventions and art, all of humanity's stories have unfolded here. The Holocene is the foundation of our modern world, the stage upon which humanity has risen, built, and thrived, transforming the planet in countless ways. It's not just about rocks and ice, it's the story of our origins, our relationship with nature, and the roots of our societies. To understand the Holocene is to read the opening pages of humanity's book, a prologue filled with discovery, adaptation, and growth. It's the context for everything we've built, from the earliest shelters to the tallest skyscrapers, from simple tools to complex societies. The Holocene is the bedrock of our civilization, a world of cities, farms, knowledge, and the shared dreams of generations. This is where our story truly begins. A new dawn for humanity set against the backdrop of a planet in balance. Before the Holocene, Earth was locked in the grip of the Ice Age. Vast glaciers stretched across continents, blanketing the land in thick sheets of ice. Sea levels were much lower than today, exposing land bridges that connected distant regions. The world was a frozen expanse shaped by relentless cold and shifting winds. The climate was harsh and unpredictable, with blizzards sweeping across barren tundra and snowstorms shaping the land. Life was a daily struggle against the elements, and only the hardiest creatures could survive. Our ancestors endured this world of ice and wind for thousands of years. They adapted, learning to hunt, build shelters, and find warmth in a landscape that offered little comfort. Their resilience was remarkable, and their survival set the stage for everything to come. Then, a profound shift began. Changes in Earth's orbit and tilt, known as the Milankovitch cycles, slowly altered the amount of sunlight reaching the northern hemisphere. These subtle astronomical changes triggered a transformation that would reshape the planet. The ice didn't simply melt away, instead, it retreated in fits and starts, unleashing dramatic floods as ice dams broke and torrents of meltwater carved new paths through the land. These events reshaped valleys, created new lakes, and left behind a scarred but promising landscape. As the glaciers pulled back, they revealed land that had been hidden for millennia, rocky, scarred, and raw, but full of potential. Slowly the world began to thaw, and the stage was set for a new era. The defining feature of the Holocene was climate stability. Warm, predictable seasons replaced the wild swings of the past. For the first time, the weather became a reliable partner, not a constant threat. This newfound stability unlocked humanity's potential. People could settle in one place, experiment with growing plants, and begin to shape the land to suit their needs. Communities formed, and the seeds of civilization were planted. Reliable seasons and regular rainfall allowed people to try new ways of living. Farming, herding, and gathering became more productive, and populations began to grow. The land itself seemed to invite innovation and cooperation. As the ice melted, sea levels rose, flooding ancient valleys and creating the coastlines we know today. Land bridges disappeared beneath the waves, isolating continents and shaping the movement of people and animals. Forests expanded, deserts shrank, and the world became more diverse and vibrant. The earth grew greener and more hospitable. New ecosystems flourished, and life found opportunities in every corner of the changing world. The stage was set for life to flourish as never before. Humans and animals alike thrived in the fertile landscapes, building new relationships with the land and with each other. The Holocene was nothing less than a planetary makeover, transforming Earth into a place of abundance, diversity, and promise. It marked the beginning of a new chapter for all life, a dawn of opportunity and growth. The world was now ready for something extraordinary, a future shaped by both nature and human ambition. And humanity, standing on the threshold of this new era, was about to seize the opportunity and change the world forever. The Holocene's warmth sparked an explosion of life. Plants colonized the land left by retreating glaciers, followed by vast forests and new ecosystems. The Ice Age giants, mammoths, mastodons, saber-toothed cats, couldn't adapt and vanished, making way for more adaptable animals. Deer, elk, and smaller mammals thrived. Rivers teemed with fish. Biodiversity reshaped itself for this new era. For humans, the world transformed from a place of scarcity to one of abundance. Instead of chasing megafauna, people found nuts, berries, fish, and smaller game close to home. This abundance allowed populations to grow and settle in resource-rich areas. People became experts in their local environments, learning the rhythms of plants and animals. This deep knowledge was the foundation for humanity's next leap. The stability of the Holocene made it possible. The stage was set for the invention of agriculture. A revolution was about to begin. The Holocene's stable climate enabled humanity's greatest innovation, agriculture. For the first time in our history, the weather was predictable enough for us to plan ahead, to settle, and to dream of a future shaped by our own hands. For countless generations, we gathered what nature provided, moving with the seasons, following herds and searching for wild fruits and roots. But then, everything changed. We began to shape the land itself, clearing forests, digging irrigation channels, and carving terraces into hillsides to make the earth more productive. People noticed that seeds could grow into new plants, and through careful observation, learned which crops were most useful, and how to nurture them. This realization sparked the agricultural revolution, a slow, global transformation that unfolded over thousands of years, changing every aspect of human life. In the Fertile Crescent, people cultivated wheat and barley, learning to harvest and store the bounty of their fields. In China, rice and millet became staples, feeding growing populations and supporting the rise of villages and towns. In the Americas, maize and beans were cultivated, forming the backbone of entire civilizations. Farming was a partnership, hard work in exchange for a surplus of food and a new sense of community as people worked the land together. For the first time, we could store food for lean times, support larger populations, and plan for the future with greater security. Surplus meant not everyone had to farm. Specialization was born, allowing some to become potters, builders, or toolmakers, and giving rise to new skills and trades. Domestication of animals soon followed, providing not just food but materials like wool and leather, and muscle power for plowing and transport. Oxen and other animals plowed fields, making farming more efficient and freeing up time for other pursuits. This new relationship with plants and animals tied us to the land, creating a bond that would shape our destiny for millennia. We became settlers, not wanderers, building permanent homes and forming the first true communities. The Holocene's stability made all this possible, providing the gentle seasons and reliable rains that agriculture needed to thrive. Humanity was now anchored to the earth in a new way, forever changed by our partnership with the land and the life it sustains. Agriculture didn't just change how we ate, it transformed society itself. Permanent settlements, villages emerged, centered around planting and harvest. Land became valuable, something to own and defend. Surplus food allowed for specialists, potters, weavers, and traders. Complex economies and social roles developed. Leaders, priests, and soldiers arose to organize and protect these growing communities. Managing surplus and land drove the invention of writing and record-keeping. Calendars and early astronomy emerged to track seasons. We began to reshape the environment, clearing forests, diverting rivers, favoring useful species. Humanity's impact on the planet accelerated. The seeds of civilization and environmental change were sown. Villages grew into cities in fertile river valleys, Mesopotamia, Egypt, the Indus, and China. Cities were centers of power, culture, and innovation. Monumental architecture, temples, palaces, walls, rose, built by coordinated labor. Cities became hubs for trade, technology, and ideas. Metalworking architecture and writing flourished. Urban life accelerated innovation but also brought new challenges: disease, inequality, and conflict. Social hierarchies hardened, elites controlled wealth and power. Competition for resources led to organized warfare. The Holocene's stability enabled cities, but complexity brought new problems. Humanity was building something unprecedented. The urban revolution had begun. Civilizations began reshaping entire landscapes. Egyptians harnessed the Nile's floods, building pyramids and irrigation systems. In China, dynasties built the Great Wall. The Maya raised cities and jungles. Romans unified an empire with roads and aqueducts. The Holocene's stability made these feats possible. Major philosophies and religions, Judaism, Christianity, Islam, Hinduism, Buddhism, emerged, shaping our worldview. Ideas were written down, passed across generations, and became our intellectual inheritance. As civilizations expanded, so did their environmental impact. Deforestation, agriculture, and atmospheric changes. Humanity became a geological force, leaving a mark on the planet. The Holocene's legacy was clear: we were changing the world, but even greater changes were on the horizon. For nearly 12,000 years, the Holocene was our home. But in recent centuries, human impact has exploded: fossil fuels, plastics, nuclear fallout, and mass extinctions. Some scientists argue we've entered a new epoch, the Anthropocene, the age of humans. The evidence is in the rocks, ice and soil, artificial materials, greenhouse gases, and a global extinction event. The great acceleration since the 1950s may mark this new era. But the debate continues. Is it too soon? Where should the line be drawn? Regardless of the name, humanity is now the dominant force shaping Earth's future. The stable Holocene climate is destabilizing by our own actions. The Anthropocene debate is about more than geology, it's about our responsibility as stewards of the planet. The next chapter is ours to write. The Holocene is our story, a rare calm that let us build civilization. Its stability was a gift, but also a fragile foundation. Our global systems depend on the climate conditions of this epoch. Now we're pushing Earth into uncharted territory, testing its limits. The Holocene's legacy is both opportunity and warning. Past civilizations fell when they ignored environmental limits. Today, our challenges are global. The future depends on our ability to understand and manage our impact. The Holocene gave us the pen. What we write next is up to us. The story of our epoch isn't finished. Let's choose wisely.